She said, give me a hand, and he said, no, you give me a hand. Oh, wow, guys, that was cringe. Dad jokes for the win. What's up, guys? So I got off work, and look what showed up today. We have the new Aleister Gangreene from the Gangreene Estates line from Mezco 1/12 scale. It does come with the comic book. I've looked into it. I've read it. There's some pretty cool stories. Like 1 or 2 of them is more of a story of Theodore Sodcutter, and it goes back on a little bit of that. And then there is a story on Aleister itself here. And some of it's like, one of the stories is like a pretty like spicy story. It's pretty cool. So if you get this thing, definitely give the magazine a look. So we have a picture of Aleister here. There's a head. Looks like we have some different characters here. This comic does definitely feature a lot of just Irish characters. So maybe Aleister here is Irish, and I guess his name could be Irish. So I'm going to set this to the side. And we're going to go to our favorite part here, our little condom wrapper. Just kidding. Obviously, if you collect Mezco, you know what these are. We have a Mezit. So we're going to do a live opening here, and let's see. Hopefully, I get one that I don't have. I did not. So we have the speaker, the little boom boom here, and a pink Mezit. I think the last one I got was blue, and then the one before that was a pink one. So now I have 2 pinks, the red one that came with Holiday Gomez, and I just wiggled the arm off of there. And then I have the Union Gomez one, and then a light blue color. Okay, well, I will fix the Mezit off camera in a minute. I'm just going to throw him to the side for now, because that's not what this is about. This guy is what you want to see. So we got this pretty cool picture of Aleister here. He's holding this long chain, and we got some skulls on the background here, some trees, some vines. We have the Gangreene Estates logo, the Mezco exclusive logo. Flipping it over here to the side, we have a pretty gruesome little image here of Aleister and a nice bloody trail. It's like he's dragging a female there. He's holding some weapons. We have the house, the manor of Gangreene Estates. On the back, wow, that's sick. So once again, this house, which looks really freaking cool. We have all these little skulls, animal ears, looks like a little cross. More of these little tree, viney kind of looking things with just bones and stuff in it. We have Aleister here with his hood up. You can see the 3 eyes. I'm assuming those are, yeah, they look like eyes. So if you look into the comics, read the story, there was a thing of spores. Maybe these are spores, but to me, they look exactly like the eye over here. He just has 3 of them in one eye socket. And then over on the side, we have kind of winking and more of those trees again. I'm going to open this guy up, get everything set out in a nice fashion, and kind of look it over, see what I think about it, and then let you guys know if this is a good buy or not. So, here we are with Aleister fresh out of the box. Pretty cool figure, as you can tell. He is a decently bulky size figure. He has this brown, almost like burlap sack jacket. If we come in closer here, you can really see the detail of it. It has a nice fuzzy look. We have a nice textured black strap harness here. It does have these little bronze colored buckles. We have some stitching. The main center buckle here, these are actual metal pieces. We have a hood, which you can fold up, and it is wired. So you can fit it however you would like. I think for me personally, I like it tightened a little bit. Pants are the same burlap material. We do have some weathering. You can tell it's definitely darker down here. Some stains up here with nice weathering. You may find a few little threads on it throughout like this. It is just off of the shirt that is underneath, which is a full shirt. It is separate. It is not sewn. You can see it under there. Another cool mention is, if there is some, this is sewn, if you take out the seams, I believe it was Darius Prince who uploaded that you can take out the seams, and he has a pretty cool sculpted body under here, and it is sculpted all the way throughout. His back and everything has a lot of this same veiny detail. If we lift up here, you can see he's kind of got this palish blue color with some purples. We have some paint application details going on here with the fingernails are blacked out. Right out of the box, he comes with his fist hands on. The boots are apparently the same from the Conan figure. I'm usually more of a Rumble Society and Gangreene Estates collector, so I don't really know much on the Conan figure. They are sculpted at the bottom. We have the hose. Nice sculpting on top with some weathering. We have a pivot point here. Rotation here. Which brings me to the next point. Let's get on with articulation. So a lot of bulkier figures do not have good articulation. It looks like this guy, we can get his arm without stretching the fabric. Too bad. We can go pretty much all the way up. Can go back pretty far. About this high, about that much of a T-pose. Elbows are, yes, the elbows are double jointed, both sides, obviously. The legs go out really far. He can pretty much almost do the splits. They go back a decent bit, forward a good bit. We do have a very good ab crunch. You can go back pretty far. Obviously, the head is pretty standard. The neck is sculpted into the body. The neck itself does not move, but the head does. I can't think of any poses that I would need to do with this guy that he's not able to do. So let's talk about this sculpt. See if I can get a good focus here for you guys. Right there. Yeah, so he's got some missing teeth. There's some black paint application in there. We have the red around the eyes. The box makes them more look like eyes. Looking at the figure itself, there is no pupils or anything painted on it. They are just white. And so I guess maybe you could call it spores. And then maybe on the side of his head, there's either more eyes or, once again, spores. As you can see, it's not all exactly purple. It looks a little more purple in person than it's what's showing on camera right now. And then inside all the little divots and stuff, there is some black. We have the green hair, what little bit of hair he has left. The neck has all that same work. And look, we got the little crack on the chin there. His face looks more marred on this side, almost like it's been kicked in. Really, really like this sculpt. I probably won't find myself covering up this sculpt very much, but if we do want to cover it up, we do have a good bit of accessories. So here we are with all of our accessories laid out. And I want to start with the head sculpts. Like I said, I don't want to cover it up. So we have this guy. This is not a head sculpt. Technically, we don't get extra head sculpts. We get masks for this guy. Like you could see on the comic covers, these appear on those trees quite a bit. Some sort of animal. It has some straps here at the back. It's nice, like fake leather look. Also, almost sort of like a Jason hockey mask as far as how the straps are ran. It doesn't look like we get any padding on the inside of this one. So now whether it's going to rub paint or anything, normally the nose would be a high friction point, but Aleister here doesn't smell so well anymore. He has no nose. So pretty good detail off over here on the sides. This is like a beige color, and then it just has some black washes throughout. Now show you guys this on him in a bit, but before we do that, I want to go on to the next accessory, which is this helmet. And this helmet gives me like a weird, like almost like freaking gimp suit vibe. It's a very odd helmet. I don't know what you would even call these things. It's got like a leather strap on it that would pretty much hold on this part to the bottom of it. It sort of looks like a like old school like scuba diving gear. Now why Aleister would need to go scuba diving, I don't know. Maybe this thing I don't know, helps prevent more spores attacking him, or it's simply just to hide his ugliness. Granted, we could see his lack of teeth with this hole here. We could see his one good eye, and his multiple eyes are covered by this, but it has some tiny holes so he can see who he's hunting down. The inside of it is just pretty much like a solid gray, not a lot of paint application there. You see around the strap, so I don't know if this was intentional or not. It honestly looks like a very just quick paint, like just some brown carried on over to it. Honestly, they just do like a quick brown wash on the strap, and then it just, yeah, because you can definitely tell it's down here too, and they just kind of let it get onto the rest of the mask. If you look at it back here, the texturing in this color, it almost looks like a metal ball, like lead or something. But as far as putting it on, if you can tell there's these little tabs in here. I think, yeah, we just give it a little squeeze, and then it separates, and we can put it on them and snap it in. I'm not going to snap mine together quite yet. I'm going to throw mine off to the side. And now I want to go to the next head related item here. Oh, well, that kind of sounds bad. Whoops. But much like Theodore Sodcutter, it looks like he decided he was going to pack his victim around. Not really any background story on who this is. I won't spoil the comic, but there's definitely some victims. Maybe this is one of them at a much later period. It definitely don't look like any from the comics. But maybe the comics were long ago, and this is what they look like now after some decay has happened. So it looks like he's missing an eye. Maybe Aleister is sort of like, you know, a certain creeper. I guess we won't mention his name for copyright reasons. But maybe he just takes the eyes and maybe it becomes part of him. So it has this big hole in each side of the head, which allows the strap to go through. On the bottom, you can see part of the spine. Or I guess that would be part of the neck bone that would run down to the spine. Same thing, I guess, sort of. He's got some weird gashing, looks like on the side of the head. So it looks like he suffered some head trauma before his head was severed. The one eye that is there's got a pretty cool gloss to it. Around the mouth has this brown, like rot look to it. Pretty cool. Obviously, you can put this in his hands, which are down here. We'll get to those in a minute. So we're going to set that head off to the side. And now we're going to go to the very last one here, which is just insanely gruesome. So, yeah, you can tell he definitely ripped another person's head off. Apparently that is his go-to form of killing here. They are also missing an eye. They are missing the opposite eye of the first one. Looks like this person definitely saw him first and is in awe, definitely screaming in agony. They felt their spine being pulled out. You can see down here, it's not just a clean cut or anything. It was definitely torn away. We have this nice, I guess like tissue or bone is what this yellow would represent. The skull still has his teeth, but he's definitely missing all of his flesh. There is no tongue inside that I can see, which actually points out who this is. I won't say necessarily, just read the comic. Some more of that black painting inside the divots, nice dark red here. No nose, of course. Yeah, really cool. You can carry this around. You could, I don't know, 3D print like a little table or bench or something, and you could drop this on it if you wanted to. And it'll just look really cool. For the next item that he can carry around, maybe it's from the same guy, maybe it's not, maybe it's one of many victims, whoever it was, maybe tall. It's like maybe not a doctor or anything, not an expert on this. Maybe it's an arm bone, maybe it's a leg. I believe it's a femur they call this. Yeah. You can judge hard all you want. I don't know what it's called. We have a nice, awesome, glossy blood on the back here. It's almost a freaking ball sack. It has this awesome wrapped handle up here. And then it's cool because if you look at the sculpt, it almost looks like the strap actually comes off it. So it's not like this is sculpted. It's not actually laced. But they ran the strap like perfectly at the top. So it does look like the strap is actually wrapped around it many, many times. And then he's able to carry it. I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably, I wouldn't stretch this over the head. You probably could pop the head off, stick this over the neck peg, and then snap the head back on, and he could have a bone necklace. If you really wanted to. And now another part. I may have accidentally said that that was the last one, but no. Looks like he has a hand to carry. And so this definitely looks like a female hand, light blue. Maybe this is Theodore Sodcutter's wife. You can definitely see if you have the PX version, the head that comes with that, matching the skin tone of this hand pretty good. If you have one of the other ones, maybe not. Some tearing, some scars. You can see the bone at the bottom of the wrist there. It's like two bones. It actually runs up. Some like meat tissue that's very darkened and decaying. It's got that brown color. You can see it behind the skin. You can definitely see they did take the time to sculpt in, you know, the knuckles, the little wrinkles like of the knuckle. There is a fingernail there. And yeah, she was definitely pointing at Aleister. Maybe like a, oh look, or a, you know, just telling him what to do, and he was not gonna have it. She said, give me a hand, and he said, no, you give me a hand. Oh, wow, guys, that was cringe. Dad jokes for the win. Speaking of hands, so we have this open hand. You can fit things like the leg inside there, the spine. You could have him just holding his mask with it down at his side, or maybe he's holding it up, just showing someone, taunting people. The head, the bat here, which I guess now I might as well get on to that. FYI, you get two of these hands. Nice sculpt, black painted fingernails, same as before, just kind of relaxed, open, grippy hands. One of his weapons of choice. It has definitely been used, probably where the head trauma come from on that other guy that we seen earlier. Have some gashes and stuff, showing some wear and tear on this. There's a black handle, some more of that kind of bronzy-ish gunmetal finish there. Pretty sick. Spikes. They kind of have some sharpness to them. Anyways, I'm going to set that to the side. Then we have these more of a closed hands. These are going to be your tighter fitting hands. I don't know. Maybe this would be better for the bat than the open ones, probably. Yeah, this one's definitely going to be the one you're going to want to use to hold the bat. Once again, he can hold it in either hand. Maybe he can wield a head in one side. Maybe this bone. Maybe he can beat people with the bone while using this bat. Give them a little bat to the bone. Another dad joke for you guys. Maybe that's going to be the trend on this channel. And maybe this is where the leg came from. We have this awesome bear trap. This thing looks rusty. We have this nice metal plate here. It's got a real metal spring because it does work. We have some very pointy spikes on top. Each one has blood around it. Lots of weathering and staining on this. Staining on all the spikes throughout. If you open this up until it clicks, I believe. Yeah, so you see this little notch here. If we go ahead and open it all the way to where that notch is on top of it, it'll be in its open position. Man, look at how the light hits that. They killed it on the paint application on this. The bottom of it looks a little strange, but not really. And in the chain, they could have just put a plain silver chain on. They did not. They gave us this nice rustic chain. Some good weathering. We have a loop at the end. You could put this in a hand and have them be dragging someone with the bear trap already around them. You could hang this thing from something maybe. A lot of different options you can do with it. And if you press... yeah, pretty sick, right? The next bit of accessories is going to be stuff he can wear. And I don't know what you would call these. It's not really a bandolier. There's not bullets or anything on it. It's not really a necklace. You can wear it as a necklace. You could put it over the body. A lot of different ways to pose these, but this one in particular is like little... and I don't know if they're teeth. They're just part of bones. They're like little spike type deals, though. Maybe they're animal teeth. But he can wear those. Or if you go to this one here, it's got some more of those little teeth on it, but then it's also got some little skulls. Like kind of maybe shrunken heads. So now that I've showed you all the accessories, I want to go ahead and show you them on the figure. So we have this pelt here. Kind of a weird feeling, but it's cool. So it has some more weathering on it. We have some dark browns, as you can see. The thing itself is almost a greenish color, and we have this lighter green, almost gold. The inside has that same kind of burlap type deal. And looking at it here, it looks like we have a little peg. Yeah, okay, so there's like a button here. You guys can see that. And then if you go over here, there's a little hook. And that's, I don't know how hard that's going to be to do, but basically you would just take the hook and hook the button over it. It's probably going to be hard to show on camera, but I'm going to put that on him. You just put it over his head and then hook the loop in there. If you have tweezers, tweezers will probably help with that. So back standing in a very quick, simple pose. Now I want to do some size comparisons. What better than another Gangreene Estates figure? We have the PX version of Theodore Sodcutter. As you can tell, Theodore is quite a bit taller. His arms are almost the length of like freaking half, if not as tall as Aleister here. but they do go pretty good together. I think if you have the original sod cutter, he will look even better with this guy just because of the skin tones will match a little better. I had no intention of getting another sod cutter because I really like this one, but now that I see this guy with them, I just can't help but think of how good they would look together with the greens and the browns. And yep, okay, it's official. I need another sod cutter, guys. Dang it. Now, not that you would likely have these guys posed together. Let's bring in Gomez here. Now, this is Holiday Gomez, but he's wearing Vapor's hoodie and vest. He's got the orange vest on. He's running his hat. And I have the Tommy gun from, wow. So I have the Tommy gun from Doc Knock, which brings to my attention. Let's go ahead and grab someone who you will likely see with them. The monster who, wow, okay. The monster who hunts monsters. Let's get away. I mean, it really, putting these side by side really makes me realize how big and muscular, like bulky, that Doc Knock is. He's not super tall, like leg-wise and stuff, looking at him. I mean, Doc Knock doesn't look huge, but they are on a rather similar height. So I do think they would definitely go together. Now, Doc Knock is a little more futuristic, so maybe depending on what weapons you have, will kind of choose how you play with your poses and stuff. But I think it's safe to say the monster who hunts monsters can, in fact, time travel. So now that I've shown you guys everything I can possibly think of to show you on Aleister Gangreene here, I want to have some fun with them. I'm going to pose up and I'm going to post some pictures here at the end. Also, if you will go to my Instagram, JustBones95, you will find more pictures of these. If you get on the Mezco group on Facebook, you will definitely be seeing some pictures of this guy. Probably upload them there before anywhere. You've probably already seen them on there if you're on there before even watching this video. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have some fun with this guy. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more Mezco stuff like this, more of these figures, the more of these I collect, the more dials and stuff I'm building. I have a stop motion planned. There's still a few more Mezco 1/12 scale figures that I need to get my hands on, though. If I can't get my hands on them here, you know what's going to happen. Aleister is going to pull the give me your hand once again, and we will get them. Because you guys need it. I need it. The internet needs it. I guess you guys are the internet, but you get where I'm going with this. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I need you to show that you enjoyed this, because then I can get more figures like this, because eventually I can get more views, and that would be sick. But right now, I'm just spending my own money and doing it because this is what we do. This is what we like. These figures are awesome. Thank you, Mezco. Super glad this one showed up. I was in between this or buying Tangerine. Tangerine came back on pre-order for like a couple hours, but then I knew this was coming a day or two, so I was like, what if this figure is really good? And guess what? It is really good. Thanks for watching, guys, and we're out.